The phone buzzed at 11:47 p.m. Not a ring. A vibration. The kind meant not to be heard. I was standing outside our bedroom door, barefoot on cold tile, holding my breath like the house might hear me if I didn't. Her name lit the screen, my name. Saved as home. I didn't answer. I didn't move. Inside, the bed creaked. A man laughed. Low. Comfortable. Something inside me folded neatly, like a letter sealed and never opened again. I pushed the door open. The light was wrong, too soft, too intimate. Her skin was bare at the shoulder. His arm draped where mine had learned the shape over years. She didn't scream. She didn't scramble. She smiled. Not guilty. Relieved. It was just once, she said. I nodded. I even smiled back. I remember thinking how calm my hands were. How clean the moment felt, like a diagnosis finally named. I walked out. 3 months later, she still didn't know she'd already been sentenced. The first night, I didn't sleep. I sat in the dark and replayed the angle of his wrist. The way her voice softened for him. The ease. This wasn't an accident. Accidents don't feel rehearsed. In the following days, I behaved impeccably. I cooked. I asked about her work. I kissed her cheek like muscle memory, not affection. She watched me carefully, waiting for the explosion that never came. That scared her. She tried to confess again. To explain. I stopped her with a raised finger. Not yet, I said. Inside, my thoughts were surgical. Every lie she'd ever told rearranged itself into a pattern. Late meetings. Password changes. Sudden concern for privacy. I wasn't shocked anymore. I was curious. Curiosity is colder than rage. I began collecting pieces. Phone records first, numbers that appeared too often, always late. Then receipts. Hotels under conferences. I memorized timestamps. Learned habits. Not to catch her. To understand her. Every night, I lay beside her. Staring at the ceiling, listening to her breathe. I counted the seconds between inhales. I wondered when she stopped loving me, or if she ever had. I never asked questions I didn't already know the answer to. Weeks passed. I hired a professional. Quiet. Efficient. No drama. The report came in a thin envelope that felt heavier than it should have. Photographs. Dates. Confirmation. Not just once. Of course not. I read it twice. Then I placed it back in the envelope and slid it into my desk drawer. I went downstairs and poured 2 glasses of wine. She smiled when I handed her one. You've been distant, she said. I nodded again. I was excellent at nodding now. That night, I slept. Peacefully. The confrontation wasn't loud. It never is when one side has already finished grieving. I set the envelope on the table between us. She thought it was paperwork. Bills. She always underestimated silence. Open it, I said. She laughed, nervously. Then she stopped. Her hands shook. Her breath caught. She tried to speak and failed. When she finally looked up at me, her face had collapsed inward. Like a building losing its frame. I can explain. No, I said. Calm. Gentle. You already did. That night. Tears came. Promises. The full performance. She reached for me. I didn't move. I watched her break like someone else's problem. The revenge wasn't public. It wasn't cruel in the way movies understand cruelty. I didn't yell. I didn't expose her. I removed myself. Accounts closed. Documents filed. A quiet conversation with her family, supported by facts, not accusations. The truth has weight when you don't decorate it. I packed only what was mine. Left the rest untouched, like evidence at a scene. She begged. She raged. She called me heartless. She was right. On my last night in the house, I stood in the doorway of that bedroom. The bed was freshly made. Neutral. Innocent again. I felt nothing. That was the victory. Now, months later, I walk lighter. Not because I'm healed, but because I'm finished. Betrayal doesn't end you. It clarifies you. I don't miss her. I miss the version of myself that believed without verifying. That man is gone. And I don't forgive. I remember.